that healing moment. That's when there's healing perfection. That's when life is fun, safe, and easy. That's when you and I both know that all that matters is the love we are. But in our relationships, whether it's in person, on Zoom, in our memory, in a book we read or a note we read from one another or a text, if there's any scritch, that's what I call it, any any pain or problems, it means that somewhere there's a little spark, a little off, a little disconnect from having our connection be strong with love and love. Because love and love creates more love. But when any of us are not feeling love, we can feel it in our body, in our mind, in our emotions. We feel when there's a little offness. And that's just the wake-up call to learn. So I'm going to learn today. I'm going to sit back and I'm going to kind of learn. Now, some of you joined me right on time, and it was kind of a funny experience. And you notice I am laughing. Thank you for laughing. Because quite honestly, there is an interesting way that when something isn't quite right, we get upset. We feel like something was wrong, and usually, you know what we do? We judge. We judge ourselves, and/or we judge each other, and/or we judge the weather, we judge the internet, we judge tech, we judge the president, we judge. And the minute you judge, the minute you are condemning, you know, that word means damnation, damning, blocking the flow. The minute you judge, you are blocking the flow of good love, good health, good life energy. And blocking the flow is what we are here to open up and undo, to forgive and release, to let go and learn. So go back to whenever there's an upset, and first thing is learn. Where's the flow block? Learn. How can I open the block? Learn. What do I need to do now to feel good? Good in my body, good in my mind, good with my finances, good in my relationships. What can I do now to open the flow and feel good? It's a fascinating thing to me that the basics in life are what we usually forget. You know, the first thing to have life in a body, you know, when you're saying to me that the basics in life, to breathe, are what we usually forget. Breathe. So even right now, in this moment, you can begin to just pay attention to your breath. Just pay attention to your breath. Because sometimes when we're thinking, we forget to breathe. When we're focused, we forget to breathe. So what we learn to do, ideally, for some of us, is we learn what can help us remember. So meditation very often is what people use to breathe. Another thing they use to breathe, to remember, is to sing. Another thing they use to remember is to exercise. But some people hold their breath when they meditate, sing, and exercise. So the work is really to find a way to do that circular breathing. So 1,000 years ago, Sandra Ray, Loving Relationship Trainings, Leonard Orr, this is way before probably all you guys, but they taught something called rebirthing, and what it really was is just focus purely on breath. Very, very powerful tool to get you back home, in touch with your heart, in touch with the essence of you. And that's what I recommend you remember to do. Remember to breathe and bring life energy into your mind and body, to lift you up with mind and body. So taking in air, and then what's the next thing? Water, nutrition, ingesting in your mouth. And what are you going to ingest? Well, again, because nobody has a body like yours. Nobody has a life like yours. Even though you read books and you try out things, and I certainly have tried out many different ways to eat and what to drink and all that, just like you have, hopefully, I know very well I have to pay attention to the outcome. Do I feel healthy when I'm drinking water, or when I'm drinking tea, or when I'm drinking soda, or when I'm drinking alcohol, which I haven't had anything in that arena? I think I figured out it's almost 60 years now. But I tried it out. I've tried out a lot of things in my life. And you get to figure out what your body actually wants, values, feels good with. What does your mind feel most awake and alive with? Food. When I asked my friend AI, and I'll talk about AI probably in a little bit, because AI has wonderful tips for you just to explore like any other book, and it will listen to you say what you want or don't.